I had a lad in the gym, training 5 mornings a week, disciplined, consistent, working hard. He told me, Paul, I'm doing everything right, but I look the same as 3 years ago. I told him, you're not doing everything right, you're doing everything the same. This week, we're talking about why your body stops responding after 35, and it's not the reason you think. Most former athletes hit a wall somewhere around 35. It doesn't happen overnight. It creeps. The belly shows up. The definition fades. You're sore more often. The numbers on the bar plateau or start to slide, and you start telling yourself a story. I'm getting older. This is just what happens. My metabolism has slowed down. I hear this every week, and it's almost never true. Your body hasn't stopped responding. It's still an incredibly adaptive machine. It still builds muscle. It still burns fat. It still gets stronger when the stimulus is right. The problem is the stimulus hasn't changed and your body has. You are running a system that was designed for a 22-year-old on a body that's fundamentally different now. Same effort, wrong inputs. That's why nothing moves. That's what I call the mismatch, and it's the single biggest reason former athletes plateau in their 30s and 40s. The first thing that changed is your recovery capacity. At 22, you could train 5 days a week, go hard every session, sleep 5 hours, and bounce back. Your hormone profile supported it. Your stress load was minimum. At 38, that same approach is how injuries happen, not because you're fragile, but because recovery is where adaptation actually occurs. And if you don't recover, you don't progress. You just accumulate fatigue. Most former athletes I work with are training too often and too hard, not because they're stupid, but because they're applying effort the only way they know how. The fix is counterintuitive. Train less often, train with more structure, recover properly between sessions. 3 to 4 structured sessions that you can actually come back from will outperform 5 that wreck you every time. The second thing that changed is your nutritional requirements. After 30, your body becomes less efficient at protein synthesis. You actually need more protein to maintain the same amount of muscle, not less. But most former athletes are eating less protein than they were in their 20s. The target is 1.6 to 2 grams per kilo of body weight. For most people, that's somewhere between 110 and 180 grams a day, depending on your size. But most people are actually only eating 60 to 100 grams when they start. That gap is why the body stops changing. Protein is repair material. Without it, the training creates damage that never fully repairs. The soreness compounds, the niggles stick around, and eating more protein doesn't mean eating more food. It means restructuring what you're already eating, swapping a bagel for some eggs, adding some chicken to lunch, having a protein shake after training. Simple changes equals massive difference. The third thing that changed is your stress load, and this is the one nobody talks about. At 22, your primary stressors were exams and hangovers. At 38, you're carrying a job, a mortgage, kids, sleep deprivation, and financial pressure. Your cortisol levels are chronically elevated. And here's what most people miss. Stress isn't just a feeling, it's volume. Your nervous system doesn't know the difference between a heavy set of squats and a high pressure meeting. Both are load, both require recovery, both drain the same system. You're trying to train on top of all of this like nothing changed, but everything has changed. Cortisol promotes fat storage around the midsection. It impairs recovery. It disrupts sleep quality. It makes you hungry for the wrong foods. The training has to account for your stress load, or it becomes another stressor on top of the pile. That's why people who are training hard and eating reasonably well still don't see results. Structured programming, that manages intensity, includes proper deloads, and respects recovery isn't a soft option. It's the only option that actually works when your life is full. So here's the summary. Recovery dropped, protein needs went up, stress multiplied, and you adjusted for none of it. That's the mismatch. The fix isn't more effort. You've got plenty of effort. The fix is a system that accounts for who you are now, not who you were at 22. Structured programming, proper nutrition, managed recovery. Those three inputs, calibrated for your current life, are what actually moved the needle after 35. If any of this landed and you're thinking, that's exactly what's been happening to me for the last 3 years, DM me the word rebuild on Instagram. I'll send you the application. 8 questions. Takes about 4 minutes. If it's a fit, we'll have a conversation. If not, I'll tell you straight. And if you know someone who's been training for years and wondering why their body won't budge, send them this episode. This might be the thing that clicks. Chat to you next week.